Susan Johnson. I gotta memorize that too.
Good morning. You probably don't have your long johns on, but we do because it's cold out here, but it's worth it because I here am Joellen from the Arcata Chamber of Commerce, the executive director, and I have the pleasure of meeting with Susan Johnson, the Sunrise Rotary of Arcata Club president.
Very good, very good.
And we're interviewing Susan because she is one of the nominees for the Nonprofit of the Year Award as part of our Business Leadership Awards that we're giving out on February 25th, 2017 at the Arcata Community Center. So today we have 3 different nominees, and Susan first at Rotary Park.
Yes.
So can you tell us, Rotary, we hear it all the time, but what is Rotary International?
Well, it is a nonprofit organization, and we are your neighbors. We're the community leaders, and we've gathered in an organization that can serve not only our local community but the world. It's an international organization, and we love to be engaged, hands-on, working on projects and raising money for those projects as well.
So when I asked Susan, where should we meet for this interview, she said, how about Rotary Park? And so here we are, and it is pretty cool. It seems very new. Can you tell us a little bit about what it is and how you made it happen?
Absolutely. We worked with the city of Arcata, and they had plans for this park, but they had been stalled on the plans and couldn't get it going. And so we thought, well, let's help them. So hands-on, we came out and spread all these chips, and we raised money for them to be able to buy the equipment. And well, we helped contribute to the city, and it turned out to be a wonderful day and an awesome park.
Okay.
So that's good for fitness too, if you want to come out and get a little bit of your workout in outside.
Right, it's not just for kids. I've seen there's a few things around that adults can really get into. And, yeah. So this is one example of what Rotary does and how they contribute locally. What else have you done recently, especially perhaps locally?
Locally? Well, a lot of what we do is we have a financial committee, and that committee listens to people in the community and organizations in the community who apply for money. And so I've got a list here of a lot of things we've done. Specifically, the most recent is we gave $750 to Mom's Holiday Gift Program. And I have a picture here of Santa and the leader of the organization. Her name is Sue. And these are people who they're usually mothers who are pregnant and have small children and do not have the funds to be able to provide gifts for their children. And so we paid for the gifts, helped pay for the gifts, and they were distributed to the children, and they had a wonderful time with Santa. So that's some of the things we do. We provided $500 to the North Coast Rape Crisis Team, $500 to the Lost Coast Camp to fund a full scholarship, $300 supporters to the Big Brothers and Big Sisters. So all kinds of organizations and people who need help.
So you identify needs and raise money / put in the human physical effort to make these needs met?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Sunrise. Why Sunrise? What's that? Is that a real word as part of your meeting, or what is that? Tell
Absolutely.
us about that.
Every 7 a.m. on Friday mornings, we get up and celebrate the sunrise with our meetings. We all have breakfast together, and we have fun. It's a social group, and we do talk about our projects, not only local but international. One of the big things we do is we sponsor, it's a Rotary Exchange student program, where we sponsor people from Arcata High, for example, to go to Germany and live for a year, and they stay with the host family, and vice versa. People from Brazil will come and stay with host families here in Arcata. And so it's a great way to learn about what's going on in the world. We're not the only culture, and so we get to learn new languages, new customs, and have the opportunity to live with people from other countries right here.
Wow, yeah, that's a life. That's 1 year, but it feeds an entire lifetime.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, I went to a couple Sunrise meetings, and it was like a revival. I mean, really, I could hear people in the plaza when I parked.
Oh, great.
I could hear it was like a rager. It was so awesome.
Well, we start with
you have
music.
so much
absolutely.
energy. The people are really gung ho to give. I mean, just
And to participate in the giving. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
right. It's not just about raising money. It's really hands-on. Yeah.
Yes, I mean, we need the money, and we appreciate all the money the community does to support us as well. And then we just love the opportunity to meet with the people.
Yeah, yeah. You often show up in our right there. Yeah, it's really cool. Why did you join the Rotary?
Well, I joined the Rotary. Yeah, I own a business, but I thought, what else can I do in this community to help people? How can I help was my big question. And a friend of mine belonged to Rotary. She said, come to a meeting. So I went to a meeting, and yeah, as I'm sitting there and hearing of all the projects and all the money that's spent and all the people that can engage in these projects, I'm thinking, that's way more than what I could do by myself.
Yeah.
And so plus they're wonderful people to get to know, and it turned out to be a great decision for me. I'm over 10 years in the organization and
Okay.
club president, which I never thought I'd be.
And she starts it with calisthenics because Susan is also the owner, CEO of Health Sport.
Yes.
So
yeah, we
sounds right.
definitely have fitness challenges along the way, and let's see, one of our Rotarians just won the award for holding a 5.5-minute plank. And he could have gone on longer, he said, but nobody else pushed him.
That is so great.
yeah.
Any other? Speaking of challenges, are there certain challenges in being part of a nonprofit, or that you have dealt with or gotten through?
You know, that right now Rotary is really interested in engagement. That is our word. You know,
Okay.
how can we be engaged in beyond going to a meeting, but also engaged in the process, engaged in the mood, the spirit of giving and contributing. And
So how can we motivate? How can you motivate and inspire people to
yeah, to
participate?
to be able to get the rewards of giving.
Yeah.
You know, it is kind of reverse thinking, but it's so true. You give and you get way more than you give. So you experience that, and that's my job as the president, is to get people engaged in the process. I want to get them to the meetings, but I also want them to come out and spread the chips and do that, participate.
Oh, well, thank you. Anything else, Susan, you think would be interesting since you're nominated for Nonprofit of the Year? The Chamber really appreciates, and obviously the members, gave you this nomination.
Yes,
So people are
and-
noticing,
Right, and we
your
are
work.
very grateful just to be nominated and noticed, like you say. And I have one story I could give, and that was, you ask why I became a Rotarian, and then I can think of the moment when I actually became a Rotarian. And there was a student at Pacific Union School, and he was an 8th grader, and his family couldn't afford to send him on the 8th grade trip to Washington, D.C. So there was only like 3 kids who couldn't go, and he was one of them, and on the verge of having issues in school. And so the vice principal came to the Rotary Club and said, what can we do to help him go to D.C.? And so the committee voted, and we paid for his trip to go on to D.C., and I had the honor of being able to give him the check.
Oh.
And it was on Halloween, and so I went to the vice principal's office, and everybody was all dressed up in costumes. And the vice principal called him into the office, and so he comes in, first of all, very nervous when the vice principal calls you in. He doesn't know why. And so I said, here is a check from Rotary for you to be able to go to Washington, D.C., and he was stunned. He just stood there like, looks at the vice principal, can this be right? And the vice principal is tearing up, nodding, and he just goes, thank you. And he was dressed up as Batman. So he grabs his cape and runs out of the room, just so excited. And the vice principal and I are left there just like crying, like, oh, this is what it's all about.
It's real.
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's
Okay.
amazing.
Yeah, so that's
that's
how
why I'm in
Rotary's
Rotary.
making an impact.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Wow.
absolutely.
Well, thank you so much.
Yes,
and
thank you.
congratulations.
Thank
and It's great to
you.
get to know more and meet you. Yeah.
Likewise,
Yeah.
likewise, and I
Yeah.
appreciate what you all do and that you're putting this on. So thank you for that.
Yes, and thanks to our art of
Yes.
part of JB Marin and Jody Marinowski, our board members, are speaking of this effort. Yeah.
Great.
Thank you.
All right, thanks all.
Thanks, everyone.